Well, after really exciting rallying yesterday, we're now here in Park Ferma on Sunday morning waiting for the drivers to come along, pick up their cars and head out for another 12 stages this afternoon. Shortly we'll be speaking to Dougie Hughes, who will give us all the information regarding the up-to-date position of the various drivers. But here with me at the moment I have Reg McMahon, who's head over publicity and public relations for Burma Castrol Ireland. A lot of English visitors this year, particularly from Wales, a big following in fact as well, spectators coming along.
Yes, indeed. I feel this year's rally has been very much made by the crews who have come over. Of course, the encouragement was through the Castrol Motoring News Championship, which we were very pleased to be associated with this year, and delighted that this round, this Castrol Wexford stages here in Ireland, was linked in with the British round, and it has brought a new sense of competition to this year's rally.
Of course, the entries are way up on last year.
Very much. We would attribute, I think it's about 30 crews who have come over, and that has helped us get our 130 or thereabout starters. We were, of course, hoping for 160, but we didn't fall that far short.
Now, the people that come along every year, and of course the club themselves work very hard behind the scenes, the Wexford Motor Club.
Yes, of course, from inception, Frank O'Rourke, who's chairman, has no doubt headed a very good team, and Pat Shield this year has once again done an absolutely tremendous job. Of course, in mentioning Pat, I've got to mention his wife Winnie too, who really has been the right-hand woman there, and you know, she really has put her back into the job and has done an absolutely tremendous job. You know, so few people have run this event so well over the 14 years. They really deserve a tremendous amount of praise. As I say, the Wexford Motor Club, it may be small in numbers, but it's very, very stout-hearted.
For the future, of course, they're particularly keen not to make it an international event.
Yes, lots of people ask why haven't we gone international. I think we set out to design this rally for the clubman here in Ireland, and we're very happy to run as perhaps the fourth rally in the country, and we'll keep it that way too. We've no intentions of making the big step.
Dougie Hughes is here with me on the Sunday morning, and we're looking forward now to another 12 stages. Dougie, what's the up-to-date position and exactly what happened yesterday?
Well, we had a very exciting day yesterday. Out of 110 starters, we have 90 finishers, which is a high average, taking into consideration the showers that came in between and caught the drivers on slicks. Some drivers continued on with slicks. One in particular in mind had an excellent drive under the condition was Pat White from Navan, number 18. He stayed all day on slicks. As a result, you can see the rear of his car. You'll probably see it later on. But as I mentioned before the rally started yesterday, the drivers themselves had a little forecaster who was going to win. And from this forecast, it was between Richie Healy and Bill Connolly. Well, the forecast was right, because Richard Healy has now 36 seconds over Austin McHale. But bearing in mind that Austin had a fan belt off on one of the sections, which I think it took him roughly 70 seconds to put it back on again, and I think that is marvellous work. He tried to make that up, and he got within 36 seconds. Well, now, the pressure, I'd say, is on Austin today, because knowing Richie as a professional, pressure doesn't take any effect at all on Richie. He only has to drive a little bit quicker than he was yesterday to maintain his position.
Now, of course, he made up that ground last year, of course.
He did. He did. Now, last year Richie was runner-up, and I forecast that he'd win this year. I have a little side bet on, and it's looking good at the moment.
Right, now looking down the rest of the list, of course, there was one man that went off in a big way in the Porsche. You'd like to tell us a little bit about that?
In at the tail end of stage one, when the leaders had gone through, a shower had come, and we saw two cars up, but we came across on one very fast bend with nobody around the Porsche. Now, it was as if a guillotine had cut the whole side out of the car. There was no door, panels, wheels or anything on one side. We spoke to the driver, asked him did they need any assistance, and Roger Moffat said no, he just took full blame. He said it was going too quick. But we appeared saw a little box car in the ditch. We couldn't believe it was a Porsche because we were only commenting how such a beautiful motor car it was before he started, and what a pity. I think.
Okay, well, no, sorry. Looking down the rest of the classes, would you like to give us a little rundown on that?
Oh well, I can. I did a bit of homework last night, and I stayed up to the small hours of the morning, so hence I haven't got a hangover today, Seamus. And the way I look on it, and this course is unofficially, but with the papers that Pat Shield came, you can nearly take as official because he's absolutely spot on when he gives you information. Leading Class 1 is our English visitor, Roger Beechcroft. He has 2 minutes 33 seconds over the second place man, D. Smith. And he has 5 seconds ahead of C. Jackson and the Crusader. You probably have seen the little Crusader. It's a lovely little car. And he, in turn, has 34 seconds over Sean White. Now, in Class 2, Ray Benskin, who has come back this year in a big way in the Escort, he is really walking away with the class. And he's just looking at up here overall. He's in 11th place overall, which is a very high position for Ray. He's leading his class easily. An Englishman in second place is Ray Atkinson, and Norman Kittle from the north is only about 10 seconds behind in third place. Then we go into Class 3, and the winner there, of course, is Ken McKinstry. He has a huge 1 minute 23. But why I say huge, when you get to that class, 2 seconds is a lead, but 1 minute 23 for Ken McKinstry is marvellous. Now, John Price, who is one of our best overseas followers, he's been over. He's only missed one national Irish rally here, and he's 15 seconds behind. I spoke to him last night, and John said, I just took it easy today, but I'm going to go tomorrow. Well, if he's taking it easy and he's second, we're going to look for fireworks today. That's the little Renault Turbo. You got very good pictures of him yesterday, so I'd imagine you'd hang in there to see him today. Seamus Murphy is in third place, 11 seconds behind. Then we move into Class 4. Of course, it's Richard Healy. Austin McHale, 19 seconds in front of Mike Patterson. And Mike then is 16 seconds in front of Bob Foden, who is leading in the motoring news. Then we go into Class 5. And George Leach, everybody was cheering for George Leach yesterday, being a Wexford man. And he had an up and down day. He went in with apprehension, but now he's really on top of the world because he's 53 seconds lead in his class in front of Fergal Leaf. And he's 9 seconds in turn in front of PJ Murphy. Now PJ is 1 minute and 1 second in front of Finton Foley. Now what happened with PJ at the end of stage 8 had a huge lead of nearly over 2 minutes. But coming back from stage 8 to the control, then his drive shaft come out and he had to stop twice to knock it in with a mallet from a public house somewhere outside Timon and lose a lot of time. So his road penalties put him down where he is today. Now he told me, he said it had cost £150 to put a new one in, so he's going to hold on to the mallet.
Right, now just to go on to, there's another man after making up a lot of ground from Clonmel, Franco Bovey.
Frank Bovey, yeah, Frank Bovey is I think he's going to improve. I've been watching him yesterday. He's in 5th place in Class 4. Now 5th place in Class 4 is where all the big boys are, and Frank has taken on this car this year and he's remarkably well. Now he's only waiting for something to happen. It's quite possible with the pressure on us up there that Frank Bovey to be in front of Jim McDade is something, and Billy Conley. But there's a man to watch, and I'd love to see him get into the first 3. The
Cortina 1962 model, as we can see, had a little bit of a problem with the Wexford scenery, and gentleman that was driving that, Brian Davis,
yes,
from Swansea,
South Wales.
South Wales. Now, you had an exciting first day.
I'm afraid so. It was over a right hand over a brow to a T-junction, with a hell of a crowd and a very slippery surface. And I read the bend and I was turning into it, and all of a sudden she just sort of understeered over to the other side of the road, and I thought, oh, I'll catch it, but it just got on the grass and we just literally fell into a ditch slowly. And in front of us was Brian Nelson in the Corrie, so he'd done more damage than we had, unfortunately. But we had to wait until the end of the stage to get out, obviously, because of the cars coming through. And I flagged a lot of cars down to avoid anybody else piling on top of mine, because it was a good side left on it anyway. And
no, 1962, and to be seated number 31.
Yeah.
What's underneath the bonnet?
Lotus Twin Cam 1600. It's got a lot of Escort stuff on it, actually. It's vented discs, dry sump, disc brake, back axle, you name it, we've really gone to town on it. It's seen welded, everything. It's been done properly then.
Now, what have you done in the car so far?
Well, we won a local championship in South Wales with it. We had a good run on the Merlin Fireplaces Rally over on Epping, which was another round of this championship, and we finished 12th overall, which in that sort of company was very, very good. We were very pleased, and we had second in our class to Graham Elsmo, who's also a top man in the Toyota, so we consider ourselves to be very, very pleased.
Overnight leader of the Wexford Castrol Rally, Richie Healy. You have a few seconds to spare over Austin.
Yes, I have 34 seconds in front of Austin, and to be honest with you, I don't know if it's going to be enough.
He pulled a lot of seconds back last year.
Yes, I really expect Austin to go very quick today, and from the word go, I hope to have a good dice from.
But you're going to be trying all the way?
All the way, definitely, yeah.
Now, how did you enjoy yesterday?
I enjoyed it. It's very slippery, I thought, but the car's going very well, and it's a pity it wasn't raining today. I would have liked the rain today.
Would you? You never know, the afternoon could bring some rain yet.
I hope so, some showers.
Okay, well, the best of luck during the afternoon.
Thanks very much.
Yesterday?
Well, we had a fairly good day. We went off on the first stage, and we lost a lot of time. So hopefully, we're still going. We're glad to be going, you know.
Now, you have 12 stages to go today. You're going to be dicing with a lot of fellas up at the top.
Well, hopefully we'll move up a couple of places, you know. That's if the car stays going for us. It's not handling the best, you know.
Now, it was a bit wet yesterday, but did that suit you or not?
I usually like the wet. We're trying a bit too hard on the first one. And as you can see, the back of the car, we did a fair bit of damage.
Yeah. So, you're going to be trying hard today, aren't you, to get back at some ground?
Hope.
Well, Bill Connolly was just telling us a little bit about the damage, and the fact that you can see the damage that was done to the car. Car. Circuit of Ireland winner, 1980. Leader of the rally by just 30 seconds. And Mike Patterson going through. McKinstry making his way down towards this jump. And driving excellently. From Clonmel over the jump with the Bullock-Keogh nav. That's Bill Connolly. That's James McDade coming through now in the Rover. He's a long way behind. 8 cars gone through, still no sign of Austin McHale, but the escort going through now is John Joseph. That's Ray Benson. Sean Murphy, number 12. And close behind. Escort. And here is Austin McHale, has made it through the first stage on the 20th car to go through, and that is number 20 gone through. That's Jackie Harris. Billy Coleman, the sweeper, going through. Stage 13, Richie Healy. Taking it, losing a little bit, and still going well. And it is Austin McHale from 20th now, really losing it. He's back from 20th on stage 9, up into second place on stage 13. Mike Patterson taking it easy there and losing a couple of seconds. And Ken McKinstry back in the rally, and now fantastic driving and showering us with stones here. Really driving magnificent, superlative rallying from him. Bob Fowden, the 3.5 litre, he's in trouble with his arm, and he has trouble getting around these bends with an accident that he had just a couple of weeks ago. Going well, and this local man here from Clonmel, Frank Bovey, going very well with the Bullock-Keogh, another local man, he's navigator. Well, Frank Bove going exceptionally well there. And the Opal of James McDade. And Bill Connolly from Carlow, still in the rally after having several problems yesterday. John Price, rally champion of Wales in 1984. John Joe Sinnott, going very well, John Joe, leading his class. That's Ray Benskin in the escort. Well, the dramatic action continues here at Paul Pasty on stage 13 of the Wexford Castrol Rally, and getting it all wrong there was number 12. You can see him, he's in terrible trouble. That's Gould. Oh. Well, dramatic action continues, as we said, and they're all finding it a bit difficult here on this spin. That's Armstrong and Hussey from Kildare and the Avenger. Well, as the battle up front intensifies, we look at car number 50. That's Norman Kittle. Well, that's Jackie Harris. Cloud of dust behind him and a bit of trouble there. Beechcroft there, taking it easier on that one. And Beechcroft there in the Samba, and now we have Frank Marr from Tipperary. Frank, a really excellent driver, Frank, and getting a great run out of the escort today. Now that's the Bruce Blake. And the Capri there, and we were all running for our lives that time. Well, Mr. Bletchley there came over from England, and he's certainly given us thrills and spills here. And another man giving us thrills and spills is the Moran and Fryer there in the escort. Well, that's Barnes in the Lotus. The Avenger. The Avenger of Enda Nolan. Nolan Sweets at the back of her there. Advertising sweets. Well, some astonishing performance, and here's another escort in a little bit of trouble, but he manages to get out of it. That's Pat Wade, local man. That's Lambert in the escort. Round that turn beautifully. And jumping on the brakes. Well, that was Michael Barable in the Sunbeam, and now we have the escort. That's McGrath. That's Phil Kerwin. Well, a shower rain just coming now, and we'll have to see how they can handle this situation. And handling it very well there was David Cox and A. Jeffries. And that's Robert Moffat in the escort. And that's Walsh and Lynch from Dublin in the Sunbeam. Well, really sensational rally in here at Powell Pasty, and this man is losing her as well, and he has really lost it, but He manages to get out of it. That's MacDonald. Well, the little mini. That's Derek Smith. Well, immediately behind Derek Smith at the Avenger. And that's Kittle from down in the Avenger. Now that's Jackson and Johnson and the Clancy still going well. Well, jumping on the brakes there. That's White and Leahy from Tipperary in the Sunbeam. George Leach in the Cadet. Well, two of them coming together this time. That's McKieran and Paddy Byrne behind them. 8 cars gone here on stage 13. We have this Escort in a little bit of trouble. That's Roach and Bogan from Wexford. Derek Skinner and the Triumph. Burgerleaf in the Cadet. That's Bradley and Charter from Kilkenny. That's Nick McKenzie in the Escort. That's Doyle from Waterford in the Escort. Well, Frank O'Rourke going through there with Reg McMahon and really getting value for money, Reg McMahon. Well, the Opel Manda 400. Testing her out, Billy Coleman. Let's see how he gets round. Oh, lovely piece of driving by Billy. And so the rally continues, and Richie Healy with an astonishing performance from him. Oh, really driving magnificently. Richie Healy. Austin McHale in the Opel Manta 400. And oh, magnificent, astonishing performance from him. Mike Patterson. And you can see they're not going quite as fast as Austin McHale, who really has the bit between his teeth trying to get after Richie Healy. That's the man from the north of Ireland driving a superb rally here in Wexford. That's Ken McKinstry. Well, the pace is fast and furious, and this is Frank Bove and Bullet Keogh. He only sat into the car yesterday morning for the first time. And this is James McDade in the Ascona. And stones flying. Oh! And the crowd here really enjoying that. Well, the pace is fast and furious, and this is Bill Connolly. And Mike Bowen, navigator, here on the 16th stage of the Wexford Castrol Rally in the little Triumph. A 5 turbo going through, and now John Joe Sinnott driving excellently in the Escort. And oh, dear me, going well. That's Gould. That's Norman Kittle going through. Benskin. That's Armstrong and the Avenger from Kildare. That's Roy Beechcroft. That's Bruce Blake and Martin Blake. Well, that was Blatchley in the Capri. And now we move to Moran and Hussey. And that's Barnes. Well, that was Barnes going through in the lowers. That's Michael Barrable. Well, the crowd really enjoying themselves here on stage 16, and as we look at the gentleman coming towards us, he's also enjoying himself, and that's Enda Nolan. Well, service after stage 16, the cars make their way in, and quite a deal of cars now congregating here at the control on the way in to the service. So some slight delay here, and we can see the various cars now. Well, we can see there all the different problems at service, and there's a man, and he definitely has problems with wheel trouble. In fact, that looks like a very ordinary looking tyre that he has on. How are you, PJ? Well, here we have a gentleman after coming all the way from England to be with us. Chris, you had some problems out there.
Yeah, we got a puncture on one of the sticks on the first stage in this round. We stopped, changed it, but I only had a £1 scrapyard cross ply. So it was a bit dodgy on the left-handers.
Yeah. Well, how are you managing it?
All right, very enjoyable. Good. Maybe I'll get a ride around for my service crew now, so we should be okay.
Okay. Well, the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, we spoke to Brian Davis earlier on today. Brian, how's things going today?
Excellent. It's, we are taking time off ourselves, 40 seconds of the last stage. It's incredible. We've been really enjoying it. Pity
Fast stages today.
Yes. Oh, excellent. Bloody marvellous. I can't say any better than that. Pardon my language, but it's great.
Good.
Absolutely great.
Yeah. Just 4 stages to go now. How are you doing in the class?
Well, we're in the Sunday run, so I don't know how we placed, Neil, or second, something like that.
Second. Well, the best of luck.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Okay.
Bye now. Right. PJ Murphy driving the cadet. PJ, what's it like out there?
It's lovely, a bit fast for the cadets, but very good, enjoying it.
You making up any time on Fergal and George Leach and the boys?
Yeah, I reckon I'm back in the lead in the class. I think I should be about 6 or 7 seconds ahead of George at this stage.
Seriously?
From what I hear, I think I am anyway, you know.
No, you had a bit of a problem last night.
I come out of the last control, and on the way into the final control, the drive went in the car, pulled out of it twice, and I lost 10 minutes. I picked up 100 penalties, dropped me from 33rd to overall to 52nd this morning. So I had to pull that back and do a little bit of repairs this morning with a sledge and a stick in a few weeks. So touch wood, she's going okay. So just got to get over the next 4 now and home, and hopefully I'll finish it.
Today for you?
Well, it's a lot drier and a lot quicker, and I think we're starting to pull back a lot of time. So it's all going well. The stages are nice. Nothing deceptive on them.
Maria Maloney, how's things out on the rally today?
It's going very well. The stages are very fast, but they're great stages. We're really enjoying them.
And you're just 4 to go. How are you doing in your class?
At this stage, we haven't got any times yet today because the other members of our class are after going up a good bit up the field, but we hope we're after pulling back a good bit of time today.
You're enjoying the rally, anyhow?
Immensely.
Okay, thanks.
Four, 3, 2, 1, go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, go.
Frank O'Rourke and Reg McMahon. We look at is Billy Coleman, the darling of Irish Rally, and taking a nice and handy in fact round that one, and away. Well, we're here on stage 20 of the Wexford Castrol Rally 1984, and what an enormous crowd here at Old Ross, just outside New Ross. The latest position we have up to date after 16 stages, the leader of the rally is still Richie Healy, retaining his lead by about 30 seconds, but after him like a scalded cat is the Opel Manta of Austin McHale. We're just waiting now we're seeing the sweeper cars, and now we're just waiting to see will Richie Healy that comes towards us, beaten by just 12 seconds last year. He's trying to win in 1984. Immediately behind him, only seconds behind him, Austin McHale. And great piece of driving there by McHale has made up 14 seconds. Now we're looking at Mike Patterson from the north of Ireland. And pedal to the metal there, really. Bill Connolly in the escort. Lovely piece of driving by Bill Connolly. That's him, shell sign. Going well, James McDade. John Price. And John after getting into a little bit of trouble there, the 1984 Welsh Tarmac champion, in a little bit of trouble here on stage 20, but away he goes. And now, really going well there. And now the corner is starting to get a bit. Well, that's Norman Kittle. That's Ray Benskin, and Ray losing her a little bit here on the sharp right-hander. And we can see there, that's Ron Beechcroft. Continues the team down as Armstrong. He's driving awfully. That's Pat Wade, the local man, in the escort, flying it. Yes, and he manages to get around, but only just justifies. We have been treated to some really spectacular stuff here. The Capri, that's Bletchley, and manages to get around her okay. The final stage of the Wexford Castrol Rally. And that's Moran and Fryer there in the escort. That's Barnes. The rain continues to come down here. Oh, have we somebody in? No, not in too much trouble. That is Endanola. Local man now, Paddy Byrne from Ballywilliam. Having a marvellous drive even though he's had a puncture. Now we have another Ford Escort. And that's McGrath and Murphy, another two more local men behind these. And losing her a little bit. 39. Oh dear me, great stuff from him. That's Kittle. That's David Cock. In fact, it's the two lady drivers. I thought it was Frank Marr, but in fact, I'm told here that he's gone out of the Kerwin. Yet, but we have got. And there he comes, George Leach, leading the Opel Cup Championship. And there we have Nick McKenzie. And immediately behind Nick McKenzie comes Bradley and Charter. And the little mini, that's Derek Smith. That's Fergal Leaf in the cadet. Derek Skinner. 1962 and having a really fabulous drive. Well, an astonishing performance there from Brian Davis and Neil James from Wales, and they're followed then by more gentlemen from, that's Christy Fortis. was Tom Geraghty going through, and there PJ Murphy going through in the cadets. Well, here at Old Ross, a number of cars have had problems, and none more so than this local man here from Carrickbyrne, who we look at. He's Mark 1, and that's Eugene French, and I'm afraid that's the end of rallying for the moment. After 20 exciting stages, every one of them a classic as far as you're concerned, Richie.
Yes, had a great dice today with Austin McHale. Enjoyed every minute of it.
A sweet success for the defeat last year by 12 seconds.
It was, yeah. He bet me last year by 12. I bet him this year by 12. But I have great regard for Austin McHale. I think he's really a great driver, and it's an honour for me to beat him, I think.
Well, we were watching some of the action, and he really was going like a scalded cat after you throughout the afternoon.
Yes, you expect Austin any minute to come in and really take a big chunk of time out of you, but he just didn't. After the crash, I think it'll take him a while to get back into action, but I'd say in Cork he'll be very quick.
You're going in Cork yourself, are you?
I am indeed, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Now, what about the Wexford Castrol next year? Have you intentions of coming back to try and make it a double?
Well, I don't know. The Escort, everyone keeps saying the Escort has seen better days, but I still think on the likes of Wexford roads, the Escort can still be competitive.
Now, Vincent Meads, your navigator today. How did Vincent get on?
I enjoyed it very much. You know, Richie led the rally from start to finish, I think, and that's a great achievement by any standard, considering the class of drivers we had behind us, like Austin McHale, Bob Foden, Kenny McKinstry, Mike Patterson. You know.
Now, Ken McKinstry was going exceptionally well too.
Yeah, Kenny was going very quick. Kenny's a great driver, but again, Kenny had a shunt recently, so he's probably taking his time getting back into the groove again, but he's a very fast driver.
No, it was an enjoyable rally all round.
Oh yes, the rally was great, really, fantastically organised. And
thanks very much for speaking to us. All right, going back to Richie, what's your plans for the future?
Well, I'm doing the Cork 20 rally, and I'll see it from then till the end of the year. I don't know what to do for next year.
Now, what keeps the enthusiasm going from year to year?
I don't know, I just love driving cars fast.
Now, the roads in Wexford, you particularly like the tight stages, do you?
I did. I won Group 1 here over the years. I started rallying sort of 8 years ago in Wexford. I met Vincent here 8 years ago, and from then we've been doing Wexford nearly every year since, and I really enjoy coming down to Wexford.
Now, Victoria's presentation tonight is worth about £1,000.
Yeah, but I think it's well spent already on the amount of tyres and petrol I used the weekend.
Yeah, heavy going over the weekend in that respect.
There we go. And all the money I lost on the Dubs then, so...
That's of course the poor Dubs.
Yeah.
Was second in the Opel Championship this morning. How are you now?
Second in the Opel Championship.
Okay, George, how far did George get you by?
I don't know, I reckon he's a good minute me all the time, you know. I was 2 minutes down yesterday after the puncture, and there was a little chance of pulling it back, you know. I did what I could, but couldn't do it.
But
yeah, and we had bonfires to go home to Kerry anyway, so I was complaining.
Of course, yeah, success on the field as well.
Success on the field, if not.
1984 event has really been dramatic and really exciting rallying, and all the drivers and everybody are to be congratulated for the wonderful event, especially the Wexford Motor Club. And with me now, just to give us a brief rundown here in Park Ferma at 6 o'clock as the last of the cars make their way in, is Dougie Hugh, who's going to give us some details in regards to the various classes. Overall,
unofficially, the winner is Richie Healy, which we said this morning was a dark horse and has come up trumps. Actually, he wasn't overtaken at all in any of the stages today. One man who was coming up very fast was Ken McKinstry, who finished in 4th place. And he, in fact, in 4 of the stages was second fastest, which was a sign. But Richie Healy, as I said, the pressure just didn't come to him at all. He just had to drive the same speed as he was. Austin had to change a water pump before going into the first stage, and he never made up the time on that. In fact, he was driving on level terms right through the afternoon with Richie. And Mike Patterson, he was 59 seconds behind Austin McHale. The only man that he was really watching was big Bob Foden, who went out. Bob Foden went out on stage 19. He got a puncture, had no front wheel to put on. He put a rear wheel on, which didn't fit, and he sheared off the studs and put him out. That means now Frank Bovey, we believe, went off on the last stage. In 5th place is Billy Connolly, who from a bit of a shunt early on made a tremendous time right up. He's already won the Galway and the Carlow Rally in 5th place. 6th place is Jimmy McDade, and 7th Johnny Price. So Ken McKinstry then wins Class 3. John Price is 2nd in Class 3, and Sean Murphy 3rd in Class 3. Now down here the Wexford men did very well. John Joe Sinnott won Class 7. George Leach won Class 5 and wins the Opel Challenge Cup. Shay Doyle wins Class 6. Richie Healy Class 4. Kenny McKinstry made certain at Class 3. Ray Benskin Class 2. And Roger Beechcroft, who had only with about 2 miles to go, was caught on this oil spillage and he hit the wall. But lucky enough, he got going again and he wins Class 1.
Thanks very much indeed for explaining the whole lot for us, and it was a good Wexford Castrol Rally.
A very good Wexford Castrol Rally, even better than last year and previous years, because we had the added Welsh and English drivers over here with the Motoring Live event, and that made it very interesting for our boys. But I'd say Austin McHale could have won if the chips were down, but not being a championship rally, he's holding his fire for Cork next week. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us.
Thank you very much indeed.
The last of the cars make their way in from the 20th stage. We finish off by thanking everybody who helped, especially the drivers who cooperated by speaking to us. And we just have a last look around at the various cars, and what a lot of cars in fact are left. Normally high attritions in the Wexford Castrol Rally is the order of the day, but this year has been particularly good, and in fact all the cars looking in great shape. Some had problems, but generally the weekend has been a tremendous success, and it is to the Wexford Motor Club and to all associated with it, the sponsors and everybody concerned, that we hope that they have every success in the future, and we hope to see everybody back here again in 1985 for the Wexford Castrol Rally.